Good morning, keepers, and welcome back to Graveyard Keeper, where in the last episode we managed to make quite a lot of gold crates of produce to sell to the merchant, which I'm very, very happy with. But in this episode, we're going to be focusing on corpses, I fancy. And on that note, I should make a point of going up and adding a bunch more carrots to Comrade Donkey's tray up there. We don't have the conical flasks anymore to make the silver and gold injections, so we're going to need to get those as something of a priority. But we also need to get... Oh no, that's life, of course, yes. We need health. That order, I would imagine. That would be speed. This is probably life as well. How do we get health extract? Wouldn't it be made with crop waste? No, that's powder and only powder. Lentils and I believe... Yeah, it'll be lentils and pumpkins, or at least some of the crops, at the very least. So we'll get to that in just a moment. Let's make some silver powder though, so that we can make our silver injections. We're still going to need to go and get a bunch more sand though. We are going to have to make a lot of glass in this episode to be able to fulfill the needs of our alchemy stations. Alright, can we make the silver extract? Yes, of course we can. Let's go ahead and make 8 of those. That will be a good start. That being said, sitting down here making this instead of being up top with a lot of glass being smelted is poor use of my time. So let's start with that, shall we? Let's begin with silver. You've already done... yes, we needed to add lye. That's right. Get the lye going so that we can have that already. You are ready to be buried, so let's take you along. And we can go and grab some grass. Actually, I'll just leave you here for a second while I grab 10 more carrots for Comrade Donkey. We are going to need some more corpses though, because we desperately need better fertilizer as well. So we need to burn some corpses just to get the fertilizer, even if they're particularly good corpses. That's just the way it's going to have to be, I'm afraid. It's not exactly the best use of our resources, but unfortunately that's just what we're going to have to live with. Now, we need a good whopping great heap of sand. Thankfully, we can gather that fairly quickly, so I'm not too worried about it. But I'm going to sit here for a little bit, gathering some sand, and I will bring you back when we're ready to continue with alchemy. Okay, we may have just run into a little bit of a snag, actually. Our top furnace just ran out of fuel. I set it up to make a lot of glass, because we do seem to go through quite a lot of it when we go through it, but yeah, we are going to probably have to make a visit to the mining camp to gather a great deal of coal, because this does use a lot of fuel when we're setting all of this up. So well, I guess there we go. Let's get all of that glass made, and we'll drop off the remaining of the water in here. That should be fine. We'll also go ahead and pop down some more great pies, I think, as well. Yes, marvelous. And we'll leave all of that in here. I can't quite pop that in there. Okay. We can take the fish soup. That can go and be outside, actually. There's no particular reason to have that in here. Additionally, I think we should be able to move the berries up. No, still can't. Much sad. There's no point in having the gold onions over here, though. Now that we've made everything that we wanted in terms of the superior meals, and that was really the only reason we were using the gold onions, we may as well have anything to help with fishing over with my fishing supply, so that helps that out a little bit. Right, okay, so are my crops ready? Yes, they are. Fantastic. I'm actually pretty pleased with that. I'm going to go ahead and quickly harvest all of these. It shouldn't take me too long if I'm just harvesting them. And yes, we're going to harvest the wheat as well. But that is the last time that we're running the wheat field here. I'm probably going to switch this to beets now. Though I'm a little bit uncertain about that one as well. Simply because I'm not using beets. I'm living off wine. Is there really any reason to have those crops? I'm not sold on that, actually. I don't really think there is. So I may just leave that field fallow for a little while. Of course, that's something you would want to be doing in real life. You don't want to run a field constantly, although there are certain crops that are good to cycle, and as a result, you don't necessarily need to leave your field fallow. But the main reason why fields were left fallow is because it would give the soil a chance to recover the nutrients that have been leached out of it into the crops that you produce. And as you can imagine, if you just keep producing crops over and over and over without end, eventually there's so few nutrients in the soil that the crops you're getting are going to have a significant quality hit. And it's also why many orchards, every other or every second or third harvest, they'll just plow the produce from the tree back into the ground, just to return some of that nutrient back to the soil. It seems, or rather sounds quite wasteful, but the difference between, for example, an apple that has had that done for it, so for example the produce from the last harvest of the tree just went back into the soil, is actually incredibly stark. I learned that when I had a plum tree in my last house. Every now and then you just leave the plums fall from the vine and just decay back into the soil, and then the next harvest would either be significantly bigger, which honestly was never the goal, because one plum tree, oh my goodness, more plums than you could possibly ever want or should eat. If you tried to eat even a fraction of the produce that one plum tree could make in any appreciable span of time, your digestive system wouldn't be very happy with you. Let's put it that way. It would be messy. It wouldn't be a good time. It would probably put you off plums for the rest of your life. I may or may not be speaking from experience. Right, let's pop all of the seeds back. We've got a little bit too much produce here. We are going to, of course, be replanting most of these, but we're not going to be replanting them yet. Largely because we don't have the best quality of fertilizer, or rather just the silver fertilizer. We're not going to be going for the best. We don't necessarily need to go for the best straight away. But it looks like the lentils are particularly good. We're getting a lot of gold crops from the lentils. Just from each harvest. I'm actually quite surprised with how much they produce. We might even want to swap it up a little bit. Oh, I need some more energy. There we go. We still need to go and gather the crops from the grapes as well. Right, well, this is actually pretty good. We haven't even started on the silver quality crops yet. That is actually amazing. And a lot of the seeds, although I didn't mention it at the time, we got a lot more gold seeds back than we put into that whole situation, which is pretty cool, actually. Right, so with that done, let's start moving some of these across. We'll ferry them up and we'll run them underground. We do need to go and check in on and grab the items there, because we haven't actually collected the produce yet that we had before, or rather the payment for our last set of crates. That is definitely something we want to go and do. May as well grab all this glass while I'm here. There we are. Drop that off. There we go. We've got a lot of just little bits of work to do in this episode, unfortunately. It's not going to make for the finest time, I'm sure, but it's, got to do the work sometimes. All right, let's just pop this down here. Now then, we are going to want to bring along some of the silver lentils, some of the silver pumpkins, so that we can make our solutions that we are going to require. Oh, apparently I can't do that. That we're going to require for the silver and gold solutions. And that is definitely going to be worth doing. In fact, I'll probably rush down there right now rather than faff around too much up here. Let's grab all of this though. Pop you in. The coal is going to be a bit of a pain because we're going to have to go and deal with that specifically, but oh well, it's not the worst thing in the world, I suppose. Right, let's get all of these across. I'm actually starting to think that it might be worthwhile just getting rid of that top row, just so that it would make it easier for me to ferry these resources along. And there might be something to that plan, frankly. Did we have any silver star? We didn't have any silver star left as well. No, there we go. We'll take 5 of each. I think that would be adequate. Can I squeeze past? No. That's a bit of a shame. And if I even try and drop the crate there, it thinks I want to plant something. Also a shame. But okay, with that, we'll have most of the crates in position for tomorrow. Of course, it would help if they wouldn't get stuck. Oh, really? Game? Why must you be like this? I thought we were friends. My fault, I suppose, for making assumptions. Still. There we go. And nope. Nope, you're in the way now. There we are. Now then, let us head on down. And with all of this in place, we've got 3 gold star crates ready to be moved along. We can... Well, we should probably immediately go and deal with that corpse before anything else, actually. And then we can pop the lentils and indeed the pumpkins into the crates back there. Let's empty the... There's nothing else for me to add here, really. So let's empty this table. Pop it up there. We've got nothing more to do here. Nope, empty table. Pop you over there. I guess I could take these over and just check what they're composed of. Oh, dark brain. This is going to take away 4 of the skulls and 1 of the white skulls. All right, let's take it out. And that's the last of the evil organs, actually, which is pretty amazing. The only problem is that we have used up one of the components, so we're gonna have to wait again for another dark part. Bit of a parch, but oh well. And I have nothing more to eat. Wow. Oh, actually, no, that's a lie. Hooray! Got a little bit of extra energy, but yeah, clearly we need to deal with that. I could take the skull so that it returns a red skull for us. There we go. And is there anything here? This is suppressing 2 red skulls and giving 3 white. So taking that out, no. That's... no. No, I don't think that's necessarily a worthy exchange there. How about you? Have you got anything truly amazing on you? No, doesn't look like. So we're just taking the fat, the bone, and of course, the blood. And that is it for my energy levels. Except, haha! I'm going to eat some burgers. Om nom nom. And nom, indeed. There we go. Let's grab you. Blood. And the bone. We might take the skull as well. Yes, I think we will actually take the skull as well, so that we can run a gold solution on this one. There we are. And there we are. Perfect. I must say. That is going to be a very, very good body when we're done with it. Okay, let's drop the skulls off. 2 for there. We've got all of these in there. I am going to keep hold... actually, I've got those blueberry pies. Sorry, yeah, the grape pies as well. We're going to study this brain first and foremost. There we are. We can get a fluid out of it. And more blue faith than we are going to need in the rest of this playthrough, I should imagine. There we go. And with that, I think we can start popping the lentils and the pumpkins in here. And for the time being, since we're going to be using those in this particular device, I'll just store that here. Why have I got these things down here? They don't belong there. Come on now. They belong over here. There we are. Perfect. Also, I've got some silver elixirs already. Well, it's a bit of a surprise, but okay. Alright, well, we could go and speak with the astrologer today. I'm not super eager to go and spend my time doing that. But I do now need to get some extra stamina restoratives, unfortunately. Did I store the elixirs or anything like that over here? I didn't, but I think I would actually prefer to store paint and any kind of miscellaneous liquid in the rack down there. The ink can stay there for obvious reasons. I mean, that's the best place for it, realistically. Pop all of these over here then. So paint, water, oil, health extract, silver elixir, and booze. There we go. Sorted. Little bit more sorted at the very least. It's a tiny, teensy-wincy bit better. Right. We have not got over long before the next day. Sure, I guess we're moving on to cider then for our main stamina restorative. We are going to move through this so ridiculously fast. But, given that, now got a reason to be bringing all those apples down here. And I think I'm going to take that opportunity. Let's grab off all the glass. Wow, we've got so much in there. Oh my lord. Let's pop these down. In fact, I'm just going to move them down like this. It's so much faster. There we go. Put that out of the way. There we go. Let's go and grab us some more apples. Am I going to go and speak with the astrologer? No, I'm not. There's no point. There's absolutely no point. At this stage, the amount of blue science that we've got, blue skill points, that's the only reason that I would have to speak to the astrologer right now until I can progress Ms. Charm's quest a little bit further. So, no, big old nope on that one, I'm afraid. There we go. All those apples. And some more gold crates. Okay. Feeling like we're getting somewhere now. Bit of a more focused farming episode, this one, but not necessarily a bad thing. There we are. And go grab the other one. I will have a quick snooze as well. Just to get rid of the sleep debuff. There we go. I'm so refreshed. I'm very glad that you are thus refreshed. Also, all of the apples. There we go. Right. Let's get all of these. Oh my lord. Let's get all of them in here. I should have done this a long time ago. I'm going to start that up, but I'm going to go and deal with the corpse first. Because I'm not an idiot. And the corpse is more important. Right. Let's gobble down all of that. And also, let's pop that onto my hotbar. Ready. I guess I could just eat the apples that I've got left. That wouldn't be necessarily a bad thing to do. Right, let's see. What kind of corpse are you? Also, do you have a dark heart? Because I kind of need one now. That's the last thing that I need to take out. What kind of organs have you got? Nothing that I want to remove. Alright, let's remove all of these then. There we go. There's not much reason to worry about taking out the blood or the fat first. As far as I can tell, as long as you keep a mind of what you've removed from which station, like if you always take the parts out first, should be fine. For example, I could take this out and not have to use a lye solution, because the lye will, as far as I'm aware, well, actually lye injection will add an extra white skull as well as adding a red skull. So sure, we'll use lye instead of a skull where that is an option. So we'll go ahead and craft the lye injection right now. Take this body. Do we need to do anything more with you? I don't actually know. And this is the problem, is because I haven't had the right tools available to me. I haven't been able to make use of them in quite the way that I normally would. Usually I like to go through in a cycle, do all of the glue, do all of the lye, do all of the silver, do all of the gold, whatever. And then I can see very easily, based on what solution was the last one used on the body, what one I need to do next. But that hasn't quite worked out this time. We'll have to fiddle around with that. There we go. Get stupidly drunk off cider. You know, normal stuff. There we are. Now, I could make some more speed potions, and I think I will, because, you know, obviously that's quite useful. Let's go ahead. Where are you? Speed potion. There we go. 3 speed potions. Yes, please, very much. Now, sermon is just around the corner. Could we bury a corpse? I don't actually think any of them are close enough to being ready. So, no. No, we're not going to be doing that today. Okay. A bit of a shame, but oh well. What I could do is get even more pilgrims. Do I need the faith? No. No, I really don't. We're at the point now where there's just so few things that I require. Is there anything left in these? No. Over here, I could go for the gold fertilizer, but honestly, that's the least important thing. That being said, not much else to use it on either, so I guess, in fact, yep, we've now unlocked everything. There is no more technology to unlock. Everything is known to us, so at this point, the only reason to run the sermons is to make money. Faith is... Well, no. I was about to say that, and I would have been wrong. Because faith is still useful insofar as being able to make... what's the word? Make marble. And various other great decorations. They still require a little bit of faith. So, okay. That's fine, though. And that is still worth doing because it's pretty much just direct money. This is going to be a more harsh kind of stamina restorative. The hangover we're going to get off this much cider is going to be a very different kind of hangover. Less elegant, in my opinion. Also, less strong, but it's a thing with wine. Wine is very powerful, at least in my experience. The sort of hangovers you get from wine are a different sort. Very much a different sort. I would like to make... right, of course, yeah. Over here. There we go. Let's get these going. It's been such a long time since I've had to make it. There we are. That'll do fine. Okay, let's grab these crates and get them across as well. But yes, wine is more potent when it comes to the hangover, but I don't know, there's something about a wine hangover versus a cider hangover. It just has a more elegant quality to it. It's like the hangover you get from gin. That is quite different. It's got a quite, like, you know, kind of rough you up in the docks district kind of quality to it. Hangovers from gin, no. Hangovers from wine, you probably got a little bit too merry at the opera house. Alright, let's go and get this going. Hello, my flock. I wish you to give me money. I mean, I wish to say words to you of religious significance. I don't particularly like using up... Oh, no, we're not using up our speed bonus. I approve. Then I especially like doing this. There we go. It is a little bit of a shame, though, that there's really no reason to push your church any harder than this. Like, we're already 20 quality points beyond what we need. Once faith is no longer actually something you require, there's no point in lighting the incense, there's no point in upgrading the candelabras or anything like that. That's a bit of a shame, in my opinion. There we go. Not too bad. Let's get back down here. We'll take the faith over to the quarry. There's nowhere else that we need to put it. But that we will do in a little bit. No, you're coming with. Yeah, back in line, you. Come on. And over we go. We're hemorrhaging a few crates here and there, but it's fine. Come on. Yoink. Hemorrhaging 2 crates, but again, it's fine. We've already made most of the distance up. Alright. Let's pop these down. And we'll be good for the next merchant day. There's a little bit of control lag here and there, which is really surprising. At this point, it's not my computer. I'm not recording on the same computer now. My computer is fairly powerful. It's not as powerful as it could be by a long shot. It is a few years old now, But it was built with future-proofing in mind because, again, you know, this is my business, so it makes a lot of sense to have a powerful machine, especially because the general rule of thumb is when it comes to recording, it's kind of like emulation. You want a very powerful computer to emulate a very old computer, is the way that works. But when you're recording and playing a game, especially if you're trying to record it in HD or at 60 FPS, then you want, roughly speaking, twice the system specifications as required to run the game at the quality that you're playing it at. So in some cases, you need much more, and that's often the case with indie games because, well, when I say indie games, actually, what I mean to say is early access games. Sometimes the two terms are almost synonymous. But if a game is early in its development, then it probably hasn't put much effort into optimizing the code yet. So it's especially true then. Right, let's have a look. How much money did we make? 55, that's not too bad. Where are we now with that? Wow. That's actually pretty good. I'll be honest, I'm a little bit surprised with how far along we've come. We're going to be super lazy. Super lazy. And we're just going to jump all the way back. And then get some more food on the go. How long have you got? You're almost ready. Excellent. By the time I pop this prey back, which I should have done before, I'll be able to swing back through and get all of that going. Awesome. I'll drop the apples off. Why I'm still carrying them? I have no idea. Don't ask me such silly questions. It's not a silly question. I just don't want to give you the answer, which generally is that I was being silly. Shh. I won't tell anyone if you won't. There we go. And it looks like all of our glass is done. Excellent. Absolutely marvellous. Actually, that one's got a little bit longer to go, but more or less it's all done. There we go then. So, unfortunately, now we need to work on... Wow. Got to get the conical flasks done. But that in and of itself is going to be a bit of a pot because we need a remarkably large amount of coal for that. Not ideal. I'm not going to replant yet. Again, we don't have the stuff for it yet. So I'm going to instead head over at long last to the mining base. I'll get a little bit more, a few more grapes going while we're here, but that's all we're going to do there. I'll bring these along. I may as well, and I can eat those on the go. Do I want to bring anything else with me? So I'll bring my steel sword and my armor just in case. Got all my other tools, so that's fine. Sure, I'll take all of the copper quality lasagna. So that's more or less the most common place I might use it. I'll also improve any of my... Yeah, my shovel needs to be sorted out, so let's get that sorted while we're here. There we are. Nice and easy. And unfortunately, we're just going to have to wander up there at this point. Oh well, not the worst thing. It'll give us an opportunity to swing past all of the hives on our way. Now, the main reason... Oh, actually, let me just double check. How much marble have we got? I was about to say the only reason, or rather the main reason, that we're going up there is to get coal. But, is that true? Do we have enough marble? No, we don't. So we are also going to be getting some marble, which then requires that I make a couple of other things. Let's go ahead and get some billet, and we'll get the props that we're going to need to break the marble down into smaller chunks. There, I'm very glad I checked. That would have been quite the pain in the backside if I got up there and realized that I didn't have all of the necessary components. There we go. I've no longer got any... I should probably go and grab all of the... Well, I've got loads of apples, I suppose, but I will go and grab a bunch of cider as well, so that I can use that to keep myself working through the long, hard nights as well. There we go. Let's go and grab some cider. Also get some more grape pies on the go. May as well. Right. Cider. Where are you? There you go. Coming with me. Right, and with that, we are off. We'll be back in time to deal with the merchant, I'm sure. But that is going to be it for this episode, I'm afraid. When you rejoin me, I shall be over by the mining area and we'll grab a bit of coal while we're up there. There may even already be a bunch of coal there as well. I'll make a point of grabbing as many hives and honey and beeswax as we can. Simply because, well, more than anything else, the opportunity of getting extra bees, which is, as you can see, it's going to take us a long while to get another hive. I could buy the bees for another hive, but honestly, I'm not actually even sure that we would get much use out of that at this stage. So I'll just keep going, and if we get enough to get some more hives by the end of the playthrough, then yay. If not, oh well. But that's going to be it from me. So until next time, and as always, do leave a like if you liked, sub if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, everyone.